Do you use gadgets like mobile phones and tablets?
Yes, I use them quite often. I would say that I use the mobile phone several hours every day. I use them to check the news, to see how the weather is gonna be tomorrow, to watch funny videos, and to stay in touch with my friends and family, of course. I also have a tablet that I use for work.
Do you think that you rely on gadgets a lot?
I would say that I do. Like I mentioned, I rely on my mobile phone quite a lot. I talked about some things for which I use my mobile phone, but I didn't mention that I use it to get to my destination. I use online maps when I need to get somewhere. And without these online maps, I would be lost, and since I need my phone to access them, without that phone I would be lost.
Tell me about the first gadget you used.
It was a small handheld radio. It is something that my mother bought for me when I was 8. She bought it because of my good behavior. I remember carrying it everywhere. I was so happy to have it.
Do you use any gadgets today?
I use my phone and I use my wireless headphones. I use my phone to follow the latest developments in the world, and I use my headphones to listen to the newest rock song.
Do you use earbuds?
Yes, I have a pair of earbuds. I only use them when I travel. I don't find them to be really comfortable, but they are compact, and since I like to travel light, I always take them instead of my headphones. I sacrifice comfort for size in that regard.
You will have 60 seconds to prepare, and then you will speak for between 60 to 120 seconds. Start speaking now.
It was at my university in my hometown. To be precise, I was in a big hall that can seat 500 students. I was taking my last exam before I graduate. It was the monetary economics exam. I left this one for last. I did not pass this exam earlier because it was really hard and I was afraid of it. Monetary economics was a dreaded course in my university because the professor was really difficult. Many students left the university because they weren't able to get a passing grade. I remember sweating a lot when I was doing the exam. I prepared as best as I could and I was able to answer all the questions. But I was worried that I wasn't answering them correctly. As I was taking the exam, I could feel the tension in the other students that were around me. We really wanted to put this exam behind us. I waited for my results to come for 3 weeks, and when I got the results, I was so relieved to see that I got a passing grade. It saddened me that I was just above the threshold, but I was happy that it was over, and that I don't need to retake it. It lifted a weight from my chest. I felt like my life got a new beginning. That's how bad this test was.
Do you think that the exams today are easier than the exams in the past?
I think that they are definitely easier. When my dad talks about the exams that he took, they seem to be far more difficult than the exams today. Also, I've heard many academics saying that students today have it much easier, that the bar has been lowered, that a certain inflation of the grades has taken place, meaning that somebody from my father's generation who had a C on an exam would have an A today.
Do you think that the exams are a good way to measure somebody's knowledge?
I think that they are a good way to measure somebody's knowledge, but I don't think that they are the best way. And I think we should differentiate between an oral exam and the written exam. I think the oral exam is far better when it comes to measuring somebody's knowledge.
Do you think that we could have a good formal education that doesn't involve taking exams?
I heard about an university in Europe that does this. They implement the so-called problem-solving method. I heard that the students sit in a circle with their professor and that they simply debate about the topics. It might sound silly to some, but I think that you could learn a lot this way. I think that we are too attached to exams because that's how things have been done.
Do you think that the multiple choice exams are better than exams with open-ended questions?
I don't know what to say here, to be honest. I think multiple choice questions are better for the students because they are easier for them. But I think open-ended questions are better in terms of ascertaining the student's knowledge. With the multiple choice question, everything is kind of given to you. I mean, you already have the answer, and if you study a bit, you just need to circle it. Whereas with an open-ended question, you actually have to put in more effort. Nothing is given to you. You have to form an answer in your own words. This is harder, but it shows that you know and understand the subject matter.
Do you think that companies should make potential workers pass certain exams before hiring them?
Companies do this a lot nowadays. I think that it doesn't help companies at all, because all the potential employees know about them and they know what they need to say and what answers they need to give in order to get the job. Or at least they know what to say in order to have the best chances of getting the job.